All right, what's up, guys? We're back in another Bitcoin technical analysis, but today we're not going to talk about too much on technical analysis. Instead, we want to talk about a little on the mentality behind investing or trading, okay? Because a lot has happened the past few months, right? Let's take a look at the daily chart for now, okay? This is for Bitcoin. Now, let's just get rid of everything so we have a clean slate to talk about things. Okay, aside from any technical analysis, okay, so anytime you want to trade, this is again, this is not financial advice. This basically every time you want to trade, whether you're a beginner, you're an expert, or you're just in the middle, you always want to buy low, sell high, or if you're shorting, you want to short high and close it when it's the right target, and you don't want it to go back. Let's say, for example, you have a low here, you have a high here. You want to just take this trade, right? You want to end here, right? Similarly, you want to target here. You want to end here, right? Gain 14%. Or you could do this, 17%. For Bitcoin, okay, there's always like a gap or a, like a range of prices that a certain period would trade, right? Now, if you look at since February, we are basically trading in this rectangle, okay, for now. So between 56K to 73. Okay, let's look at another area or period rather. Let's look at this period between last year and beginning of last year. So we'll be trading about this range before it blew up. And then another period of just sideways, right? So we're trading in rectangles. So there's another one. If you want, we can do this. And then we have another one down here. Okay, what does this mean? I recently was talking to a friend, and he's not too into trading. He just wants to hold because he's been burned. So I was telling him, you gotta, if you're buying your alts at a low price, you gotta sell them. All right. We were talking about whiff at the time. Okay, so he got it at two. Okay, let's see when it was. I think it was right here. Yeah, before it got to $4. Okay, I guess it was somewhere. Yeah, somewhere here, right? So I was telling him it was at the time it was up here, 2.78 ish, right? His friend told him to get in here. I was like, just get in at 250 something. He got in around 255, right? Because I told him that because I was looking at the charts and realized it was making a downward movement. Can't remember what exactly I was talking about, but I was like, at the time it was right here. So I was like, it might just come down to to the bottom of the trend line, and it did. So he got in here, right, and it broke out. I noticed it broke out, but of course, right, it ended up here. He didn't sell. Now we're back below where he got it. So I was telling him, you can't just look at the the big picture. You got alts come and go. You gotta take profit. Oh, okay. Well, he didn't. That doesn't really matter. But if you look at it, it's just so many ticks here, wicks here, right? 3 wicks, one wicked up, and then these three didn't even make it because there was another. So like, just if you look at basic support and resistances, well, actually there's four wicks, and then a fifth. So like, okay, well, there's a long wick, right? I mean, just not looking at anything else. If that got rejected, well, it's gonna just get back down, right? And so the bottom of the the basically the story, the moral of the story here is gonna take profit because it's just gonna come back down. You never know what's going on. Look, the whole market is red right now. How do you trade, right? So if you don't have the capital to buy at this level, you're not gonna be able to buy at any level because then you'll be always buying at high prices. Now back to the technical analysis. Okay, so we talked about how there's always a period where prices are sideways and it's just trading ranges. Of course, this is daily, but if you look at 4 hourly, we have low periods, high periods. Let's do this is this range here, and then May 15th and before we were trading basically at this range, right? You can even include these here, right? So there's a range here and here. When do you break out of those ranges? That's the $1 million question. That's the question where nobody can really answer you, except you just have to take chances. You see, there are a lot of, I would say, like that. Okay. Or maybe even like this, right? There's a lot of ranges you can trade. So take profit. And now back to the technical analysis. All right, so this Bitcoin hasn't been too friendly with us. We did make a good run when we had the announcement. Well, not announcement, but rather pre-release of the uh, unemployment numbers. And the market always rallies before that time is up. So 8:30, we talked about that a few days ago. It pumped up, and then shortly thereafter, the market came down, right? And I didn't make a video at the time, but I was saying, man, this is a bear flag, right? We couldn't make above these resistances. So we have like one right, I would say even here, right? Maybe even higher. We couldn't break above that. And with a bear flag, and of course it was going to head down, and we did, and then some. Now below the 200, low still, we could look at other time frames, curving up, both of them, both RSI and stochastics. But so like we have a kind of a ascending triangle that broke down, which is rare, but it does happen. Nothing's guaranteed. You see, technically this would have been a very bullish pattern, but of course we're double topping anyway. I'm gonna double top here. This is the target, roughly. So let's make this neckline here, right? Double top, broke through. We can go down to 60-ish, 62-ish, right? Because this is just the beginning, right? That's why the whole market is so bearish, because it's Bitcoin leads the way, right? And if Bitcoin is bearish, everything else is much worse. You see, like ATR, look at that, right? Like, what else? What else is really low right now? AI Tech was like 2.2, and then now it's back to 1.5, right? Pepe was like at 1.7, 1.8. Now it's back to 12. So total market cap, everything is down by 5%. It seems like ETH got a bigger hit. US Tether has gone up, so people are just taking profit or just scared and leaving. And this is the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at the daily first. Daily still got some downward movement. Not over, not all the woods, right? This is like a bigger double top, right? If you complete this pattern, you go down. Daily, the moving averages are not doing too well. They're all over the place. I would have wished they were closer together, but we're so far from 200. What does weekly say? Weekly is curving down, so that's not good. So we tried to recover, couldn't. We want to do something like this. You see, we want to go low to high, and then high to low, low to high, but didn't happen. So it's kind of hard to draw any pattern here. Right now, it doesn't seem like, because there's so many wicks here, right? I mean, the sensible thing would just draw a pattern with all these bodies, and that would be a falling wedge that you would say broke out. Broke out, now got rejected, now it's heading back down. So if it's a double top, then that's dangerous. Just remember resist support here, 59.6. Let's do a fib. Fibs are always good to determine what's going on. Let's go to the wick to wick. So if we stay above 236, then that's still a good sign, right? That's a support right here, or 382. 382 is just bottom of this the M here. So the short term, rather the long term doesn't seem too good, right? Now the short term, what's going on? Are we making a bottom here? Look at this. Do we have a divergence? Not really. Not really. This is just about. So this and this is a low, but the RSI is having another low. So it doesn't really help. 1 hour doesn't have anything, but it's, if it's curving up, that's a good sign. But you don't see the price doing anything. And the 15 is, you see the RSI is recovering. So I would say there is divergence here. How much is the question? There's one here. From here to here, yeah. So that's pretty strong. That's a pretty strong one. It could say that we are, this is the low of the day, but if this wick here, if this candle goes below, we still have bullish divergence, right? But this does, if we do a sort of form a little inverse head and shoulders, that would be a reversal. So we could look at something like this, possibly. And this looks like a little falling wedge-ish. Not really. Falling, not really. More like a channel. So yeah, I don't see a reversal at the moment. 5 minute. I do see the divergent. Not too strong here, but yeah, there is one. There's really, the Stokes are going down. It could just, the 200 is coming down really good, right? That's not a good sign, right? If it's like this, and then the price goes like that, and then boom, you're down again. So that's a continuation pattern, or like a little, I would say, trend, right? It's a trend when you're not making above the 200. So today, not a good time to trade, as despite being Tuesday. Yeah, I don't really see anything we could do. I guess the thing we have to watch for the day is if this wick here is the low of the day, 65.9. But considering we came from 69 just a week, not even a week, a day ago, we fell quite a fall, right? Let's look at Bitcoin dominance for now. It's making its way back. So I guess what happens is people are out of their alts back to Bitcoin because they think Bitcoin is the safe haven. They're not losing as much money. But wow, 5.24 now. It's gone quite a bit. You see, now this is what I'm talking about. If the 200 moving average is coming down and you're vigorously moving back up, yeah, then that's a really good sign, a good reversal sign. But this is Tether we're talking about. We don't want Tether to do this. We want Tether to dump, right? So I don't see Bitcoin doing too well. We might really hit 62K, right? So what we should look out for is whether we are forming some sort of bear flag going down. Okay. So if I'm going to try to predict this, so if we have this is a lot of lines, I'm going to remove some. Let's forget about these. Let's forget about that as well. I don't need these. Okay, let's just project the bear flag. It could be like this. Or it could be like this. Who knows? In any case, if we are moving in this direction, again, this is not financial advice. Get your own financial advisor. So if this does maintain sideways, our next target, roughly, because depending on how you draw this rising wedge, 63.8, 63.9. And there's not much support. So the support is 63.2, 62.5, and so on. So now one more thing before we finish this video is draw the volume profile. Oh, what is this? Oh, anchored volume profile. Okay. Did they change it? No, let's do this one. Right, so POC is here. We've lost it. The next one here, we are below that one as well. We are at the third big one. Yeah, there's nothing here. The next one is down here, which is why I drew this. You see, there's confluence. That is the next node. In fact, we could be somewhere. We could be hovering here before we have a reversal. That's just my take. I could be wrong. So just watch out what you're doing this week, not let alone today, right? Because market's doing weird stuff, right? So just take it easy and just do more research, and make sure you have your system. Write that down, And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next video. And that's it for Bitcoin technical analysis.